The Fourth Way by P.D. Ouspensky. And this is a continuation of Chapter 7. Question: what is the best way to struggle with false personality? Answer: do something which false personality does not like, and very soon you will find more things that it does not like. If you continue, it will get more and more irritated and will show itself more clearly, so that soon there will be no question about it. But first, your struggle must be based on knowing. You must know its features. Find what it particularly dislikes. One false personality dislikes one thing, and another dislikes another thing. You must have enough strength in yourself to go against it. Now let us speak about the relation of false personality to other parts of man. In every man, at every moment, his development proceeds by what is called a static triad. This triad can be called static because things at the apex of the triangle always stay in the same place and act as neutralizing force, while the other forces change very slowly. Man is divided into four parts: body, soul, essence, and personality. We have already spoken about essence and personality. The term soul is used in the system in the sense of life principle. The soul may be described as a cloud of fine matter or energies connected together and bound to the physical body. As long as it is in the body is alive, and the body and soul make one thing. When they are separate, we say the body dies. It is this that distinguishes a piece of dead meat from living flesh. When a center is working well, the soul is concentrated there. But in an ordinary man, the soul has no psychic qualities, nor is it in any way your knowing anything more about it. Nor is it any use your knowing anything more about it. I only tell you this from a theoretical point of view. It is simply material, although a finer materiality than the body. This diagram may be useful because it shows what we are. If we can see it, it shows the changes in our development, what we are now and what we can become. When you learn to use this diagram, it will help you to determine definite stages in the work. The first triangle shows the state of man in ordinary life. The second shows his state when he begins to develop. There are long periods between the state shown in the first and the state shown in the second triangle, and still longer between them and the third triangle. Actually, there are many intermediate stages, but these three are sufficient to show the way of development in relation to false personality. It is necessary to remember that none of these states is permanent. Any of them may last for half an hour, and then another state may come. Then again, a different state. The diagram only shows how development goes. It would be possible to continue the diagram beyond permanent I, because permanent I again has many forms. The triad is made by the body, the soul, and the essence at the apex. At the second point is I, taken in the sense of many I's, which are the person, that is to say, all feelings and sensations which do not form a part of false personality. The third point of the triangle is held by false personality, that is, by the imaginary picture of oneself. In an ordinary man, false personality calls itself I and is active, but after some time, if a man is capable of development, magnetic center begins to grow in him. He may call it special interests, ideas, or something like that. When he begins to feel this magnetic center, he finds a separate part in himself, and from this part his growth begins. This growth can take place only at the expense of false personality, because false personality cannot appear at the same time as magnetic center. When magnetic center is alive, false personality is passive. But when false personality is active, magnetic center is passive. If magnetic center is formed in a man, he may meet a school, and when he begins to work, he must work against false personality. This does not mean that false personality disappears. It only means that it's not always present. In the beginning, it is nearly always present. But when magnetic center begins to grow, it disappears, sometimes for half an hour, sometimes even for a day. Then it comes back, and it stays for a week. When false personality disappears for a short time, I becomes stronger. Only it is not really I, it is many I's. The longer the periods for which false personality disappears, the stronger the I composed of many I's becomes. Magnetic center may be transformed into deputy steward. And when deputy steward acquires control of false personality, it transfers all the unnecessary things to the side of false personality, and only the necessary things remain on the side of I. Then, at still a further stage, it may become permanent. It may be that permanent I will come on the side of the I side, with all that belongs to it. Then many I's will be on the false personality side. But we cannot say much about that now. There will be permanent I with all that belongs to it, but we do not know what belongs to it. Permanent I has quite different functions, quite different points of view from anything we are accustomed to. The name permanent I is not very successful because it is not permanent for a long time. It only comes and stays when necessary, and when it is not necessary, it may go away again. So it's better to say real I. When this I comes, it controls all other I's. It can control everything in a way that no existing I's can. So it is quite new in a sense. But when this I comes, it does not mean that it will stay. First, it may be necessary for it to be there because First, it may not be necessary for it to be there because smaller I's must learn to act in the right way. Secondly, it needs very intensive work, and if work slackens, it cannot stay. So there are many conditions for its presence, but if you experience the taste of it being there once, you will know many things, and you will be sure of many things, which now you can only surmise. The static triad shows that either personal work or degeneration is going on in relation to different manifestations of false personality, but that body, soul, and essence remain the same all the time. After some time, they too will be affected, but they do not enter into the initial stages. Body will remain the same body. Essence will change later, but it does not enter into the beginning of the work. According to this system, essence enters only as much as it is mixed with personality. We do not take it separately because, as already explained, we have no means of working on essence apart from personality.